So let's do it in like an immediate fix and more of a permanent fix.
Great.
So the temporary fix is using phrases that are not going to continue to escalate defensiveness.
Right.
These are phrases like, I agree. Now that doesn't mean you have to agree with what they said. You just need to think macro. That means I agree this is worth talking about. I agree that's an important point. I agree we should talk about that. I agree there should be something done about that. They just hear I agree, and automatically they go, okay, I feel acknowledged. I feel heard, thank you. Because really that's what it is. They're desperately wanting to feel like what they're saying is important, what they're saying is worth the acknowledgement in the conversation.
Fascinating.
Or you can say things like that's helpful to know. Or I've learned. Well, listen to you, Ken. What I've learned is this is a subject really important to you. And if it's important to you, then I want to keep talking about it. I mean, you can do that with anybody because really what they're wanting in that moment is just feeling heard. So when you can use phrases like, I agree, that we should talk about that, or that's helpful to know, or I've learned something, you push down the defensiveness. More permanent fix is what I like to call frame. And you can use this in any context, no matter how serious or trivial. That's how you do it. You first tell them what you want to talk about. 2, you tell them how you want the conversation to end. And then 3, you get their buy-in into your frame. So let's say it's something not serious and they'll do something serious. So let's say, hey, Ken, I'd like to talk to you about tomorrow's meeting. And I want to walk away feeling like we're on the same page. That sound good? Got my frame? You're going to say, yeah. And now we know that's exactly what we're going to talk about. Let's say it's something more serious. Hey, Ken, I'd like to talk to you about some comments I heard you say at yesterday's meeting, and I want to leave that conversation with the understanding that's not going to happen again. Can we go ahead and do that? Yep. Now everybody knows exactly what we're going to be talking about, because when you talk about everything, you talk about nothing. Mm-hmm. So it's much easier to have one frame, one issue. And you can do that with just about any topic, because now you know we don't have to talk about Greg and accounting. You don't have to bring up what Susie has done. It is now, we are only talking about that, because too often you don't know what you want to say until you're already talking. And the other person's going, where are you going with this? What's happening?
Right.
Especially people that are in supervisory managerial roles. They're wondering, are you leaving? Do I have to replace you? Is something happening? What's going on? It's the nervous system. Is there a bear in the bush? I got to figure out what's going on. So when you can tell them how you want the conversation to end, it removes the anxiety from that conversation.
And I love that frame too, because if I apply that to the question that I asked, that allows you to kind of say, we're not going to handle it right now where we're all escalated.
Yes.
Here's what we're going to do. They feel seen, they feel heard, and also you framed it for them. And what's funny, what happened to me when you did that little role play? It was like you took me back to junior high when the girl wrote you a note and said, we need to talk.
Oh, yeah.
And you were like, oh man.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Like that's never good.
What about junior high? How about
high
getting
school,
that text from your spouse?
Well,
it's
I'm
like,
older,
okay.
so we didn't have text, back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So your one pigeon would go to you, and the other pigeon you get to scroll.
100%. It was like,
okay.
I grew up in an analog world.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I went to college without a cell phone, so all the millennials and Gen Zers are freaking out right now. But what happened there is I thought even in it was a role play, but it was like, wow, it just immediately something transferred from you to me, even in the role play. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about? Like I was picking up on it. It was like you took control of the situation, and yet it felt like you were giving me control to go, yeah, I agree. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah. True leaders, they help walk somebody. They say, let me show you where we're going to end the conversation.
That's right. They're pulling, not pushing.
Yeah. And so what happens a lot in leadership is you get into conversations and you're just hoping that it goes how you heard it happen in your head. And what you need to do instead is say, this is what I want to talk to you about, and this is how I want to feel, how I want the conversation to end. Let me show you how. Because then that's the way we know when the conversation's over. We know the whole point of it.
Yeah.
If I were to text you, we need to talk, you're going to go, oh, great. This is the worst thing.
The brain is just
We always
nuts.
think the worst possible thing ever. Right. So if, let's say we sit down, you're the employee, and I need to let you go. There's a difference in me sitting down and going, oh, Ken, how's it going? You good? How's your pickleball? That's great. That's crazy. So listen, you've been a great, right there. They already know it's going south.
100%.
Right there. They can hear the tone of it rather than getting out front how that conversation's going to go.
Yeah.
Hey, Ken, this isn't going to be a fun conversation. I need to let you go.
Yeah.
I mean, then you have the conversation. Then you need to say what you need to say.
Yeah.
But clarity is much kinder.
And, I'm glad you said that because there's dignity in that.
Yeah.
There really is.
Well, when the leader can not only encourage conversation, encourage conflict, but show them where to go in the conversation instead of just running lost. Most people don't know they're lost in conversation until they're frustrated and they're at their wits' end, because what they're saying is, this is not how it was supposed to go. It's not how it went when I was brushing my teeth and when I was driving here. They're not supposed to say that because they're trying to control the conversation. They're not leaving room for it.